what the hell? Like, I can hear you niggas right now, bro. Why we looking at the front of this nigga's face, bro? Why we not looking at the back of this nigga little ass dress? Like, what's going on? Like, all right, bro. Let me give y'all a little bit of context as to why this video looks the way that it does right now. So back in July-ish, I made a promise to myself, right? I made a binding vow, if you will, if you want to go with JJK terminology. And part of what I wanted to accomplish this year, and I go over this some more in a video I have dropping soon, but part of what I wanted to accomplish is getting better at stepping outside of my comfort zone with content, trying new things. And so part of the reason why I bought this camera that I'm using in the first place, and that I've been using in my past, I mean, it's been a lot of videos now, probably like 20 plus, my past 20 plus videos, because some of y'all might remember this channel had a bit of a faceless era, right? And then I kind of transitioned into my, not faceless era, but like back of the head era, right? Where I would kind of watch the episode and then commentate over it. And it worked well, bro. It worked very well. And what I realized, you know, as this year was coming to a close, was that I was getting comfortable again. And so in an effort to continue to push my boundaries as a creator, you know what I mean? I was thinking about it, deadass. I was watching the episode and I was like, bro, like, I need to unlock my black flash, bro. Like, it's time for me to try something new. And so, yeah, the reason I kind of, you know, you're looking at me from this angle and I'm speaking in this less scripted, more off the cuff sort of way is simply because I wanted to try it, bro. I wanted to experiment. Yeah, bro, if this cops like 11 views, we going right back to looking at the back of these little ass dreads that don't go down to my neck, bro. But until then, you know, I hope y'all rock with it. I hope y'all enjoy, and yeah, let's get into it. Whoa, no, don't fade out yet. Don't fade out yet. We still got a sponsor to talk about. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. War Thunder is the world's most comprehensive vehicle combat game. You can play it for free now on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. In War Thunder, you engage in intense PvP combat where you can play as one of over 2,000 different military vehicles. Planes, tanks, warships, helicopters. No matter what playstyle you personally choose, War Thunder has incredible graphics and battle effects that'll really immerse you into the heat of the battlefield. One of the coolest things about the vehicles in War Thunder, though, is that they actually get cooler than their IRL counterparts. This is because War Thunder gives you the option to customize your historical war machines with thousands of anime related skins and camos. So like, if driving a whole tank wasn't already cool enough, now you can drive a tank that's also dripped out in your custom anime skin. You can play War Thunder for free now on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox by clicking the link in the description. And if you're new to the game or you haven't played for the last 6 months, with my link you can claim the body pillow pack, which includes premium vehicles, a premium account, and a 𝙏𝙖𝙡𝙠 pillow decal, among other bonuses. Even if you aren't a new player and you already play the game, you can still follow my link to claim the 𝙏𝙖𝙡𝙠 pillow. So like, yeah, bro, really at this point there is no reason that you shouldn't be clicking that link as we speak right now. Thanks again to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Like, they've really helped the channel out on multiple occasions at this point. And yeah, now back to the video. Shonen as a genre, I would say I'd noticed it catches a lot of flack for being shonen, like for just existing in that shonen space. I mean, honestly, like when you really think about it, most niggas don't really care. Like, obviously we're all on the internet, right? If you're watching this video right now, to some degree you interact with the anime community on the internet, and so, you know, our perspective sometimes gets probably warped from what the general overarching perspective is about anime. But I noticed at least the discourse online for people who might get a little too passionate about this shit or need to touch grass or whatever, but a lot of the discourse online doesn't really like shonen that rehashes the same tropes over and over again, right? And to an extent, you know, I can't even cap, I can understand why someone might have this mindset. Like, you know what I mean? I'd say, at least for me, right, after I'd watched 2, 3, 4 long-running shonen, like the big SJ series, you kinda have seen all that there is to see to a certain extent. Like, not everything, right? Obviously each show brings its own new flavor to the mix, its own new taste. But like, you know, at least as far as like broader story elements go, you've kinda seen all there is to see. Even though this might be a bad thing for some viewers, right? They don't like seeing the same tropes rehashed and redone over and over again. For me personally, bro, That's one of my favorite aspects of Shonen, bro. One of my favorite things is seeing how, you know, all of these series that come from the same magazine, the same corporation, kind of build off of each other. Like, they all feel like this semi-cohesive bunch of stories that are all heavily inspired by each other, and it kind of just creates something really cool, bro. And I really like seeing how it comes together as the end product for each of these series. And so tying that back into this JJK episode in particular, I feel like this episode was just such a well done embodiment of so many of these tropes. Like, I feel like if there was like a checklist, right, like a big ass shonen checklist that like listed off all these different shonen tropes, I feel like I could just go down the list, boom, 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 nailing off trope after trope that this episode just nailed. And like, I don't know, bro, watching this episode low-key reminded me of like why I love shonen in the first place. Like, it low-key brought me back, bro. It brought me back to a time, bro, just watching Dragon Ball Z in my basement as a kid, bro, getting hype as shit, and like, I don't know. And I know niggas bash shows for like just being hype or whatever, but like, dog, it might just be me, bro, but the hype should be the coldest shit for me, bro. I watch this shit for the hype shit. And so yeah, this episode did it for me, bro. The thing about this episode though was that it wasn't just hype. Like, I feel like it tied a lot of cool themes and metaphors into the mix, and like, I don't know, it just wrapped the whole arc up very well, in my opinion, assuming that this is a wrap up, because, you know, ghetto brain weird ass done popped up. But yeah, I think I just kind of want to yap about my favorite aspects of this episode and just talk about why I like them so much. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to be doing with this video. Let's lock in. I was actually low-key struggling when it came to like where I wanted to start, like what I wanted to start off talking about. And like, I feel like there's just so much to unpack in this episode. It's hard for me to be like, okay, take my brain and be like, I want to start with this specific aspect, because the moment I go on about one part, then just a million ideas about other aspects of the show flood in. Like, I don't feel like I'm exaggerating when I say that every minute of this episode can be taken and I can expound upon it into a whole video, bro. Like, obviously I'm not going to do that. I mean, that ad revenue would be hidden, but like, I'm not going to do that. But like, I do think there was just that much content in this episode where that idea rings true. But like, when I was really thinking about it, bro, and like when I was in my head really thinking about what I wanted to start this video off with, I feel like it has to be Toto glaze, bro. It has to be Toto glaze. And like, I know here y'all come, bro, you just glazed Toto in the last video, bro. And it's like, you right. Like, low-key, bro, my last video alone probably had enough Toto glaze for all of 2023, 2024, maybe a little bit of 2025 too. But like, look, bro, job's not finished, bro. I still got some more in me, bro. And so that's where we're gonna start, bro, because Toto, I think I still want to give Toto his flowers while he's still like an important part of the series, because at least the way shit is looking now, bro, dog might be out the mix for the foreseeable future. Like, he got his technique taken off of him, basically. I mean, low-key, now that I think about it, JJK does got some healers, bro. So low-key, he could just slide over to Shoko office and she could, you know, hook him up with his arm back. But like, at this point, at least, you know, he's still off the map for the foreseeable future. And if this is the last time we're really going to get to see this nigga pop off like this, I want to make sure I get these feelings out while I still can, bro, because this is cold, bro. Like, I don't know if he's hitting me in the chest like Nanami was, but he's right there with him, bro. Yuji and Toto's chemistry throughout this episode, bro, was just on a whole nother level at this point, bro. Like, at this point, bro, I'm starting to think that, you know, maybe off screen or some shit, they were just rehearsing these moves, bro. Like, honestly, Mahito really thought he had Toto beat at several points throughout this episode. And I like how every time Mahito thinks he got this nigga, Toto just one-ups him, bro. He just comes back colder than before. Like, all right, we had the part where he thought he separated them with the NPCs and Toto beat the living dog shit out of those NPCs. Then we had the domain expansion part, which that's a whole, I feel like a whole nother thing we got to talk about maybe later, you know, give Mahito his glaze, because that nigga was really on Gojo timing with his domain expansion. But then, like, think about it from Toto's perspective, bro. Toto literally reacted, well, I mean, he didn't dodge this shit or anything, but he literally was able to react to an attack that was deployed in 0.2 seconds and proceed to slice off his arm before the transfiguration bullshit could ensue. And he was still in the mix. He's still here. He's still kicking. Who that's not tough. that's gotta be tough, bro. And then, bro, you don't even want to get me started on this man's delusion combo, bro. Like when he was in his own head, bro, like playing around with Takeda-chan and shit. Like I told y'all in my last video, bro, this nigga's real technique has gotta be the power of pure delusion, bro. He's got cursed delusion. His delusions in his head make him more powerful simply just by coming up with random role play scenes in his head, bro. Because this nigga was giving Mahito straight beats, and then in his head he was just cross-dressing, bro, just playing with an idol girl that doesn't know him. Like low-key, bro, Toto is the only respectable stan. Like honestly, and I know I kind of talked about this in my last vid, right, like about how much I like this man's curse technique, but honestly and ironically enough, I feel like Toto's coldest moments in this episode were the moments when he was nerfed, bro. The moments he didn't have his curse technique. Like that's when he was really started going in. Because all right, let's break this down, right? You already got to be on some other shit to use somebody else's hand to activate your own curse technique. Like that on its own is low-key like some goated shonen trope shit, right? Because you know what I mean? Toto took something out of Sasuke's book, used Mahito's hand to deploy his curse technique, which on its own is already cold as hell. But like think about the balls you gotta have to actually think about that and do that, bro. You're gonna palm to palm touch the nigga whose ability is to eviscerate niggas with his palms. He didn't know the extent to which Mahito could have fucking blown him up, bro. He was on the ground talking about, damn, I'm lucky I got off with only this. Like dead ass, bro. Bro was risking his life right there. He was ready to give it up. You gotta respect that. I gotta respect that. And then we have the fucking bluff move that he pulled on goddamn Super Mahito, like when he was up on the hill and shit, talking about a clap doesn't just come from the hands. Like had me fooled, had you fooled too. Oh, you a manga reader? All right, yeah, if I had to wrap this all back to, you know, what I said I was going to structure this video around, which was the tropes that I enjoyed from Toto as a character, I would say that Toto did an amazing job just filling that shonen duo spot, right? And like I know aesthetically, I know marketing wise, niggas would think Megami would be Yuji's duo. Listen, bro, Toto has a chain around his neck that he wears at all times with a picture of Yuji in it, bro. That's love. Like I know at first it started off as a joke, right? Oh, Yuji's my brother. Oh, but they don't look alike. They're not really brothers. But look, bro, the nigga has him on his chest, bro. That's brotherhood. I don't care what you, that's his brother. That's his brother. You can't tell me otherwise at this point. And until I see Megami move with that type of love in his heart, the f is a Megumi, bro? Like, go subjugate Maharaga, then get back to me, bro. Then we'll talk about you being the duo. But until I see him move with that Toto love, bro, I'm sorry, Megumi, but that duo belongs to Toto and Toto only, and I will not be taking any questions about this opinion right now. I think Mahito is the next logical aspect to talk about when we're kind of going over the tropes, because I want to save Yuji for the end since I got some words for him. But even with Mahito, bro, I feel like there's a lot that I could potentially say about Mahito in this video. Could talk about him from the perspective of just filling the villain role, which he has done pretty well for the back end of this arc. I could talk about how this nigga pressed Sukuna. Like that's crazy, bro. Pressing Sukuna, bro. Come on now. Like he had that nigga Sukuna dead ass quiet, bro. He had that nigga Sukuna at a loss of words. That on its own, I feel like is an accomplishment. I liked this nigga really turned to a snail, bro. Like I feel like this was supposed to low-key be a Parasite the Maxim reference. I like how just dynamic this nigga is when he's on screen, bro. Like if there's one thing that I'll miss about Mahito, it's that for a nigga like me, right, who just likes fights, right, like seeing the scraps, who just watches these shows sometimes, not to be all analytical and to be all, you know, on YouTube talking about my opinions and stuff. Sometimes when I'm watching these episodes, bro, like I'm just trying to see cool shit. I'm just trying to see cool scraps. And Mahito, if there's any reason that I will kind of miss his presence in this series, it's just how much creativity went into his fights. Like not just from the perspective of him as a character, right, even as a viewer, right, from outside of the fourth wall, the level of creativity that the animators put into this nigga, bruh, is utterly insane. But I think Mahito's creativity kind of culminated in the aspect that I kind of want to get into now, and sort of the coolest aspect for me as far as tropes went, and that was Mahito's transformation, bro. As a nigga who's been watching Shonen forever now, for all of his life, one thing I noticed about the later end of Shonen, bro, the latter half of Shonen, not even the latter half, but the more recent Shonen that have come out, is that these niggas don't be transforming like they used to, bro. They don't. Like they'll get power-ups, a lot of power-ups, and then sometimes the power-ups will come with distinct visual cues like Demon Slayer marks or spiky green glowing Deku hair or whatnot. But as far as like transformations go, niggas don't really do it anymore, especially in a show like JJK. I honestly, if there was anyone in JJK who would have a transformation, now that I think about it, it would definitely be Mahito, bro. Seeing Mahito transform in like the typical shonen way where he just became a whole new creature, bro, right? Like this weird demon with spikes coming out of his arms and in a tail and in a bunch of weird shit. It got my chest racing a little bit. Now granted, okay, get that transformation with some fucking ass. He got his shit smacked within like 5 minutes. He had a 5-minute transformation, shortest villain transformation of all time perhaps, bro. I still think it was cool to see, bro. It was cool to see, and this kind of is just my overall sentiment for the whole JJK episode in general. But it was cool to just see Shonen doing like the OG Shonen stuff again, bro. Transformations, a whole episode filled with no words, just squabble. Like that was the most enjoyable part of this episode to me, and I think that's what Mahito embodied the most. And then with Yuji, right, our MC, obviously Yuji being the main character, the focal point of the show, supposedly. For a while, Yuji was criticized in such a way where niggas said he felt like an accessory in his own show, which, to be honest, I can't even blame niggas for having that mindset. Like, my working theory for why, you know, people interpret Yuji this way is that I don't even think it's his screen time. I don't think it's, you know, none of that type of stuff. I just think the nigga's moveset is so basic compared to the crazy ass bullshit we see from other niggas in this show. Yuji's ability is just so underwhelming compared to just like other shonen MCs. But look, bro, as far as Yuji in this episode is concerned, I got nothing but respect for the boy. Clap it up. Like, I have gained nothing but respect for Yuji at this point. I feel like if this is the direction that they're going to be taking his character from this point forward, then I feel like I can actually get behind Itadori Yuji as an MC, bro. Like, he's really starting to bring his own energy to the game. The thing that really sets him apart for me in this episode, or impresses me the most, is how he took that little I am you and you are me thing that Mahito pulled on him in the last episode. Bro took that, right? That cliche that Mahito was spitting last episode. He was basically like, hey, bro, you goddamn right we are the same. And then he used that acceptance of his own viciousness as a basis to just beat the living dog shit out of Mahito, bro. And then, you know, they did their whole like bunny rabbit and wolf type little metaphor thing that they did, which I thought was really cool, right? It was really well animated and a really artistic way of representing the dynamic between Yuji and Mahito at that particular moment. Like, low key, bro, I'm gonna just keep it a stack right now. That shit was some crazy dick eating, bro. It was dick eating, because think about it like this, bro. Where was Mahito's metaphor a couple episodes ago? Like, if anyone here deserves a metaphor, it's Mahito. And so, you know, the dick eating for Yuji, a bit of glaze, but Yuji, you've gained a lot in this episode, and I respect that. But I don't know if you are ready for that ghetto brain work yet. I'm gonna just keep it honest right now. That used to be Gojo's rival, bro. Yuji, you're not ready for that smoke yet, bro. So you really should have killed Mahito now while you had the chance, because now ghetto brain's here. I guess if there is one bright side to take from Ghetto being back in the mix, is that if Ghetto is up here, right, up on the surface, up on the ground in Shibuya, and not down underground in Shibuya Station, then that means that he had to have put an end to Mei-Mei's reign of abuse and perversion, bro. And like, look, bro, Mei-Mei and Mahito getting packed up in one episode, what more can I really ask for, bro? What more? Thank you after taking Nanami from me, and Nobara, but you know, after taking Nanami from me, I feel like, you know, justice is finally being had in Jujutsu Kaisen. But with that said, right, Ghetto Brain, let's talk man to man, bro. So what we're gonna do, okay, you're going to take Mei-Mei's corpse, possess it. I'm going to teleport into the Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to cut myself off right there, bro, because y'all do not want to hear what I was cooking right there, bro. Trust me. But don't forget to click the link in the description to try War Thunder today. Thank you again to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Thank you again to you all for watching this video. And yeah, peace.